In a video, you said that Bitcoin should better abandon the proof of work mining system and start operating on a different blockchain. So, why do you think that this transition is necessary for Bitcoin, and how would you see it happening?
Well, the point of the video was a thought experiment, and really it's separating two concerns. So there's Bitcoin, the mining operation, and there is Bitcoin, the payment system, and the financial stack. These are two very different things. So Bitcoin, the mining operation, nobody in the world could argue is not successful. It's gone from a single user, the inventor, in 13 years to a situation where people are building multi-$100 million mining operations next to like flare gas wells, natural gas wells and using flare gas. So that's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. No one has ever done that in any other industry so quickly. And literally billions of dollars have been spent building these operations. Well, the point is to extract Bitcoin, and because they're valued. Now, just so happens that at the same time, that subsidizes the existence of Bitcoin, the payment system, Bitcoin, the financial stack. And when we actually look at Bitcoin, the payment system, and the financial stack, there really isn't a lot of great activity there. Why? Because Bitcoin can only process 7 transactions per second. It has a very slow settlement time, about 60 minutes for finality, give or take. And you can't issue your assets. You can't do complex transactions. So my whole commentary was that we should focus on the fact that Bitcoin's done something great, which is it's created a digital gold, an asset that is really valuable because it costs a lot to make. But that asset doesn't need to live on the Bitcoin network in order for it to be useful in a financial context.
Curious what you think of all this, Jim, how you think it's going to affect the economy and markets this morning.
Well, I mean, look, if their economy were bigger, it would definitely have an impact. Certainly worth talking about this because her tenure was so short, and it does seem like that the conservatives kind of really screwed up here. You know what, I got to tell you, if we were talking about Germany today, because in light of what Dow Chemical said, how weak things are there, it would be much more pertinent to me. I just think that as much as I'd like to care about the UK, there's so much weakness in Europe that it's a sideshow. The weakness, they're in recession in Europe, and that's what we got to focus on when it comes to earnings. When it comes to this stuff, obviously they're in disarray, but it is not front and center for earnings.
Well, let me throw out a couple of...
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we have Cardano's Charles Hoskinson speaking on Bitcoin like Chris Larson. So guys, we know the NWO puppets. But guys, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. He stated that Bitcoin is slow for transactions. Now guys, if you look at Ethereum is also using layer 2s and layer 3 protocols in order to speed up transactions. And the same thing with Bitcoin. We know they have Bitcoin Lightning, which fixes all those issues. And we always hear about the cost to make a Bitcoin. Guys, if you actually look up gold or cobalt and you see these children who have to dig up these minerals and then also the equipment they have to use, they don't include that. And those who are conscious, we understand. But then, guys, we have the UK Prime Minister resigns fast as ever. So that means, guys, it was nothing but an NWO distraction. And don't forget the Vatican had called in all their money back to the Vatican. So you don't think that's going to hurt the UK? And then on top of it, guys, don't forget when Jeff Bezos made the statement, batten down the hatches, he was at the Vatican. Now, guys, we had Blackstone on CNBC. And guys, when BlackRock, Vanguard, and Blackstone speak, you definitely want to listen. And he talks about the Fed shrinking liquidity and all the sectors that it's going to hit. Guys, we know these rates because they raise them so fast, and that central banks are doing this on purpose because they know it's going to take a while for it to actually go through the economy. Remember, guys, this is a plan. They have to destroy this legacy market in order to bring in the fourth industrial revolution. That's why they need a year or two for things to crumble. Remember, they cause the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And we know what that solution is. robots, algorithms, and drones, paying each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
So I guess I'd start by saying the Fed, I believe, is beginning to have success on its goal to slow the economy and slow inflation. At the same time, there's still a fair amount of momentum in both. If you think about what's going on, think about the Fed almost as the doctor administering a shot to the arm of the economy, basically trying to slow things down. The immediate impact has been in capital markets. Stocks have gone down by 20+% this year, bonds by 15+%. Credit markets have tightened a lot. That's begun to move to sort of the rest of the economy, starting with the capital side of the economy. So the good side slowing. We're seeing container shipping slow down in our portfolio. The furniture business is slowing. The for-sale housing business, when you have 7% mortgage rates, that starts to slow down. Now, as you move deeper into the economy, you still see a lot of strength, as I mentioned, in travel. Unemployment today is still only 3.5%. But when you talk to our companies, what you're seeing is they're becoming more cautious on their hiring plans. They're thinking about spending less in terms of CapEx. And so you can feel things start to slow. And the Fed policy does work with a lag. I was talking this week with a very large apartment developer who has 15,000 units under construction. His budget 6 months ago was to do another 15,000 units in 2023. He has now shelved 75% of those units. And so when you think about the workers there, unfortunately, next year is going to look a lot tougher. So I would say this slowdown is working its way through the system, but it takes time.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, So therefore, we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the fourth industrial revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.